Alright, time to get back to Musou May here. I know it's been some random stuff lately. Honestly, I just haven't been in the best mood lately, but there's a reason why I wanted to play this. They actually have started talking about Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, and by that I mean they showed like one screenshot. Seems like that game is not dead, but what I wanted to talk about today is there is a mobile game based on Dynasty Warriors 9. It has some similar mechanics like the state combo system and stuff, but what you might not know is that they have already decloned some characters with the DLC weapons like Zhu Shu. As soon as I load into the game here, you'll see. The San Setsukan is actually assigned to Zhu Shu now. Actually, Zhuan, sorry. I get them mixed up. But basically, they have assigned some DLC weapons to some of the existing characters in that game. In terms of how that game is, I tried it for a while. I had a number of grievances with it. The first was that it has cooldowns. I don't feel like cooldowns really work in a Musou game. You need to be able to get stuff out whenever you want and not have arbitrary limits like that. But then it ran pretty poorly on my phone, and also it didn't have controller support. So those were the three nails in the coffin for me. But I do follow their Twitter account, and they actually did say that they have decloned some characters, which I think is pretty awesome. That means that in Empires, basically, it's all but confirmed that a lot of those characters will be decloned. However, there are some that aren't decloned, and it doesn't seem to be much of a rhyme or reason how it works. It's a little confusing. I'm not really excited in Empires myself. I've never really been into the Empires games, but hopefully we'll get some new combat mechanics or something. That's all I'm really after. The rest doesn't really matter to me. I've always felt like if you wanted to play like a strategy game, then you have way better options than any Empires game. And if you're like me and you just play these games for the combat, then you have a lot better that you can do too. I don't feel like those games really serve any kind of specific niche. They've been really hush-hush about it though. It feels like the game got pushed aside for like other stuff. Are my gems on? I haven't played this in so long. They're on alright. I don't really have anything to say of the game that I've mentioned before, but I just wanted to let people know that some couldn't actually in the whole and ultimately Empires is still alive, at least partially. Musou has been kind of unlike pretty. That's really anything happened was 8 Calamity, and we all know I actually physically could not play that game. It was making me really sick. Apparently, the emulators haven't really made any progress in terms of uncapping put it DD for it. I'm glad he called out Kotek Mine. the lack of polish, the game's performance. I feel like trying to use Breath of the Wild acid and mechanics and stuff on Sudby hardware was a mistake. I actually quite like the combat of the characters on that game. Everybody was very unique. The pride of this. The moveset's so homogenized, you really get to have a lot of fun with them. Every character starts to blend up paint. But the performance really ruined it. But what's interesting is that DW9 Empires is both not going to be open world and it's going to be on the Switch. So I'm curious what's going to happen there. We don't think that hardware is cut out for Dynasty Warriors 9 and we all know how much trouble I had running this game back on this. Actually, this came out about 2 PC builds ago. I had a hell of a time getting this game to run. I think that might partly was delaying Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires as well. What am I agree with what's going on with Bayonetta 3? I think I recently need that because they're waiting for the new version or whatever to be announced. So apparently, Empire is going to be open to this game like this, where or this particular map, where like it feels like an actual Musou map. That might be fun if they touch up the combat and they declone more characters. And the new movesets they add, you know, they assign people the DLC weapons individually, or they make new weapons. They're on perfectly quality DLC weapons. I think that wouldn't be too bad. I might put up with all the boring menus in the Empire's games for that. Really hard to make plans on that game though, because there's no release date. It's been essentially vaporware for like a year now. For the 20th anniversary last year, we've been like 2 screenshots and no gameplay. Bayonetta status. This was one of my favorite things doing this game when I felt actively playing it, is it felt like an actual Musou level, and not just a bunch of dancing around and nothing, and tabs and everything. People and them. And so it's supposed to be like a city. The main problem with this game was ambition. In this big deep world and stuff, but from having enough for some relatively deep combat, it's held back by a lot of cloning and very homogenized movesets. But just I didn't have the resources, so hopefully Empires is going to be a bit more focused. They're not going to be doing the open world for one thing, so maybe we'll see some combat improvements. Maybe they'll touch up some of the movesets or something, but it's really hard to say right now because the game has been vaporware for a long time. It's a big deal that they even came back and announced a one screenshot. But I just thought I'd let people know. I know a lot of people who don't live in Japan or Asia are not aware of the mobile game, but actually they are decloning characters in that game. A couple characters like Shuron have been decloned. Some of the other DLC weapons have been used as well. But I think some of them aren't too. I don't think Wang Yi actually uses the MA piercers. I think she's still using the cheerleader hoops. There doesn't seem to be much of a formula to it, but it bodes well for Empires. We're going to have at least a couple characters decloned. And maybe not being burdened by the open world will mean that they will have a little bit more freedom to kind of improve the underlying gameplay mechanics. Anyway, that's Musou May Day 5. There's going to be a couple days left. I may not do them sequentially in a row or consecutively. I have some other stuff I wanted to work on for the channel, but I'm going to do at least one Oni-chan Bara game and then at least one Bazaar game. I don't want to play stuff and just be overly negative. Like today, I talked about the positives. you know, the fact that they're decloning some characters in Empires might have a little bit more merit than we think for people like me that don't really care for the strategy aspect of those games. So with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow.